Okay, everyone. Now we're going to start talking about putting in expenses for your categories. So we'll talk about one of the categories in this section. I'm probably going to try to make it from 5 to 10 minutes for each category so that you can choose the two categories that apply to you and you can just watch the videos on those. So first we're going to do FSP, which stands for Food Service Paper Products. If you are here, you click on Edit under Actions in the interim report, which will take you to the food service disposable products expense form. You'll see your program type there. If you're a food pantry, it'll say food pantry. If we're funding a soup kitchen, it'll say soup kitchen. If we're funding both, it'll say both. And that's important because specifically for food service disposable products, there are different eligible items for if you're a food pantry versus if you're a soup kitchen. If you're a food pantry, any kind of bag is eligible for this grant. If you're a soup kitchen, bags and additional items are also eligible. And you can see what is eligible if you just click on where it says eligible here in blue. But before we get there, I just want to let you know that all the instructions that I'm going to mention are here. So the portal basically walks you through how to enter expenses and upload items. So if you don't want to watch this, you can always read here. You can go to the manual. We're trying to provide as many resources for you as we can. So if you click on eligible there, it will open up a PDF and you will see what is eligible for a food pantry, which are bags, as I mentioned before, distribution boxes, and garbage bags. So any kind of bag will be eligible. If you're a soup kitchen, there's a lot more here. You can have cutlery, disposable plates, cups, containers, tablecloths, aluminum foil and plastic, and garbage bags and recycling bags as well. Please note that paper towels are not eligible here. A bunch of people have tried to expense those. Unfortunately, they are not eligible, and they are on this not eligible list here. So gloves are not eligible, cleaning products, sternos, and food itself is not eligible. So please reference this sheet here. This is also available on the OS manual, which is located on Feed NYC, as I have mentioned before, so that you can see as you buy things what can be eligible for this, and you can expense them that way. I'm going to X this out, and over here also you can see your payments eligible. So you can see eligible forms of payment for each of the ways that you pay for food service paper products. But in addition, it looks like you can also see what you can show for proof of payment for staff, utilities, rent, and as I mentioned for food service paper products and transportation. So all 5 categories, you can see what is eligible proof of payment there. Specifically for food service paper products, if you pay by check, then you'll need a canceled check with posting information. That's the front and the back. You need to show that you wrote the check to the vendor who you are buying these products from, and the back should have a posting date. It should have that they signed off on it, or a stamp showing that it was cashed. Option 2, if you paid by cash, there needs to be a canceled check made payable to the person who bought those items with the cash. So if you are buying it on behalf of your organization, then there should be a check in your name that is canceled, and the check should have the organization's bank account. Their name should be on the check itself. If you pay by credit card or your debit card, ATM card, you need to show the credit card or bank statement. Usually they show the vendor, and that will be eligible proof. So you are uploading 2 different documents here just to show you. But before I get there, why don't we create an expense first? So if you're buying from BJ's, because they sell a lot of wholesale items, you put BJ, you put the invoice date, which is the receipt date, or if you are invoiced by like Food Bank, it'll show the date. Make sure it's between July 1st and October 31st. Invoice number, there's no star here. There's an asterisk on each of these stars, these red stars, which means that it is required. However, this invoice number is not required. So if you don't have an invoice number, you can leave it blank. The invoice amount, which is the total amount on the receipt. So we don't expect you to only buy FSP products. Let's say I bought some food and I bought some things for the church. So I'll put $400 worth, but only $200 of those items are eligible, and I can see on the receipt that the items that are eligible add up to $200. I'll put $200 there. I'll save the record, and after you click save, there's always this confirmation at the top to make sure it's successfully saved. You'll see BJ's, this is what we just created. This is the invoice date, there's no invoice number. It'll show me how much I paid for the receipt, and it'll show me how much I'm expensing. This is the amount that is eligible. And now I'll be able to upload the invoice file here and the payment file here. In order to upload the invoice file, you click on upload, you choose the file. At this point, you probably should have already scanned the document to your computer, and then you can find that document. I'll put that in, upload, and there it is. And you can click on view so that you can see it. It'll open up on the bottom and you'll see what you just uploaded. I didn't upload an actual invoice, I just uploaded the sheet that we opened up here. Same thing goes for payment file. You click on upload, you find the sheet, the payment proof that I showed you before. You click on open, you upload it, and you're all set. So what is eligible for, so for invoice files, that would be the receipt, that would be the invoice if you get invoice. So I want you to scan a copy of that and upload that into invoice file. For payment files, that can be anything that is shown here. Option 1, option 2, option 3. So so come here for a reference. They have to show that the payment was made, and they have to show that the vendor that you paid that amount to that vendor. And that is all I have here for FSP. Pretty simple. If you have any questions, you can always call, but do read the instructions here. Watch this video if you need extra help, and use the OS manual for eligible forms of payment and eligible items. Thank you, and we'll move on to the next category in the next video.